This is getting absolutely ridiculous. In case you haven't been watching the NBA playoffs, the New York Knicks have lost to the Indiana Pacers, and they're on their way to play against the Oklahoma City Thunder in the NBA Finals tomorrow for Game 1. But it was reported just the other day that the New York Knicks decided to part ways and fire their head coach, Tom Thibodeau. The same head coach that won Coach of the Year not that long ago with the New York Knicks. The same coach that brought the Knicks out of the pits of despair and into relevancy and got them to newer heights that they haven't seen in decades. That same head coach has been fired. And now that they're looking for another head coach, they're looking across the entire landscape of the NBA. But one coach that has been brought up as a target for the Knicks is our own head coach, Jason Kidd. And although he is on contract for the Mavericks, his past and his relationship with the Knicks, as well as what we got going on right now, a lot of people are worried that Jason Kidd may want to leave or the Mavericks may just fire him. So in this video, we're going to take a look at Tom Thibodeau, the New York Knicks, Jason Kidd. What does it all have to do with each other? How does this affect us as fans? And whether or not we should even be worried. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, we're currently sitting at 20,982 subs, getting so close to our goal of 22K. But if you want to be up to date on everything Mavericks related and everything that we do all summer long, make sure you subscribe. But the New York Knicks have lost to the Indiana Pacers. They're about to go to the NBA Finals and play the Thunder in Game 1 tomorrow. And the New York Knicks are looking for a head coach. And although this isn't Knicks Digest, this does still somewhat relate to the Dallas Mavericks. As it was reported just the other day, the New York Knicks are relieving Tom Thibodeau of his duties as head coach, sources tell ESPN. Thibodeau led the Knicks to their first East Finals in 25 years, made playoffs in 4 of 5 years, and led Knicks to consecutive 50-win seasons for the first time since the 1990s. That's not bad, and a lot of people already know the type of coach that Tom Thibodeau is and the reputation that he has across the league, that he plays his starters and favored players heavy minutes. He likes short and small rotations, and when it comes to the playoffs, he's going to run into the ground. There was that time a few years ago when he was the head coach for Jimmy Butler, and Jimmy Butler played every minute of an NBA game, every minute of regulation, all 48. So Tom Thibodeau, before he even got to New York, had a reputation. And when they hired him, they knew what he was going to do. He knew his style. But that style worked for New York. They made the playoffs 4 of the 5 years. Last year, they lost in the second round. This year, they beat the Celtics, the defending champions. And then they lost in the conference finals, which was the first conference finals appearance in the last 25 years. And if we look past just Tom Thibodeau in the New York Knicks, a lot of head coaches are getting fired left and right. Getting coach of the year, having consecutive 50-win seasons no longer matters. We saw the Sacramento Kings with Mike Brown earlier in the season. The Denver Nuggets, right before the playoffs, let go of their coach. The Phoenix Suns have just found their third head coach in 3 years. The coaches are not safe in the NBA, but what does that mean for Jason Kidd? Jason Kidd has been the head coach of the Mavericks for a while. Last year during the playoffs, he got an extension. He's a player that a lot of the guys on our team respect and look up to and prefer him to be the head coach. Regardless of how fans may feel, we get a little bit upset with Jason Kidd not calling timeouts, not challenging very, very blatant no calls or odd calls that the refs may call on the Dallas Mavericks. Sometimes he leaves guys in too long without pulling them out. We all have our gripes and complaints with Jason Kidd. But in my opinion, overall, he's not a bad coach. He had 2 conference finals appearances as well as a finals appearance. He had players hurt, but still did the most out of them this season to the point where we didn't have to forfeit any games. We were still able to win some games that we probably should have lost. All in all, Jason Kidd may not be the best coach for the Dallas Mavericks, may not be the best coach available in the league right now, but for what he does for the team, for what he has done so far, why not stick with it? If you try to keep finding something better, you may realize you already had better, but now it's gone. And if you want to get a deeper analysis of the Tom Thibodeau firing and everything going on with the New York Knicks, check out my man Chris over there at Knicks Digest. He dropped the video just 23 hours ago, breaking it all down. And from a lot that I've seen, a lot of Knicks fans are kind of okay with Tom Thibodeau being fired. They think it was his time to go, where people on the outside of the fan base feel a bit differently. Like I said, if we look at the report from Shams, the first Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years. They made the playoffs 4 of the 5 years, consecutive 50-plus win seasons. He was also Coach of the Year. Is very, very odd. But we also got the report that the Knicks are expected to show interest in Ime Udoka and Jason Kidd, while Johnny Bryant and Jay Wright are considered presumed candidates, per the Stein line. saying, when it comes to available coaches, longtime Villanova coach Jay Wright, who has long expressed a reluctance to make the leap to the NBA, and Cleveland Cavaliers assistant Johnny Bryant quickly emerged as presumed likely candidates. Two head coaches who are not currently available but said to interest the Knicks, according to league sources, are Dallas' Jason Kidd and Houston's Ime Udoka. I don't think the Houston Rockets are going to let Ime Udoka just leave. What they have going on with their young core, they really want to keep their team together. The Dallas Mavericks, the same thing. We're not as young as the Rockets. We do have older players, but we also have younger players. We have a team that just works well together. And if you take a look at what the Mavericks have been doing over the last several years, they've been trying to curate a culture, a better winning culture for the city of Dallas and for the fans. We've had somewhat of a carousel of players just coming in and out. We trade for them, then we trade them away. We trade for them, we trade them away. And I'm hoping that now we finally have the organization, or at least the team and roster, that works. Maybe make a few small adjustments, get a better assistant head coach, maybe get some role players. But any major changes to the coaching staff or the roster may not be that necessary. If we take a look right here, the Steinline reports that the Knicks are interested in Jason Kidd to be their next head coach, but the Mavericks would be expected to decline any request to speak with them. Kidd has 2 years remaining on his contract with Dallas, and a lot of people think that may stop Jason Kidd from going. No, yes, Jason Kidd can't just decide to leave the Mavericks and go coach for the Knicks. If we decide to trade Jason Kidd, which you can trade coaches in the NBA, it has happened before, I'll take a first-round pick if it's a good first-round pick, but in all seriousness, no. Jason Kidd isn't going anywhere. He's still going to be our head coach, although there are people out there that would argue, sure, let Jason Kidd go. Let's get a better head coach. Yes, there may be better head coaches out there. There may be the perfect coach available, but Jason Kidd is here for a reason. We have players that respect him and look up to him, and you don't want to start messing with the locker room by just firing people that people like. Not to bring it up again, but with Luka Doncic, we did that. Well, not we, but Nico Harrison did that. He was firing people close to Luka to kind of isolate him and then ultimately traded him. Let's not do that again by getting rid of Jason Kidd that a lot of our players do like, they do respect, and they look up to him. But another thing that we're definitely going to take a look at right here, in 2012, when many, including Cuban, expected Jason Kidd to remain with the Mavericks, he left for the Knicks in free agency. So Jason Kidd does have a history with the New York Knicks. That's why this is all kind of interconnected. Jason Kidd, for his final NBA season, left the Mavericks to go play for the New York Knicks, and then he retired from the NBA. Earlier in his coaching career, he was also a candidate to be a head coach for the New York Knicks. So for those that do think that there is a chance that Jason Kidd may leave, aside from the fact that we'd have to trade him, the mutual interest may be there. He has been linked to New York in the past to be a coach. He has left the Dallas Mavericks once before to go play for the New York Knicks. So yes, a lot of things could happen. I feel like now you can't really rule out anything too crazy. Some people didn't think that we'd trade Luka, and we did. Some people thought that Giannis would stay a Milwaukee Buck forever, but obviously he wants to leave too. Crazier things have happened, but I truly believe that we have nothing to worry about. We're still going to have the same Jason Kidd that you and I both love, that calls regular and great timeouts, challenges all the right calls, and doesn't play bad players longer than they should. That's the head coach we have, and that's the head coach that can help us win a championship. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think that Jason Kidd should go? Do you think we should try to go out there and find a better head coach? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. We'll have a conversation about it. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. And as always, y'all take care. Drink water. Peace.